What if I told you the biggest enemy standing between you and the life of your dreams isn't bad luck, or circumstances, or other people? It's a silent force, actively stealing your future right now. Your life is quietly, unknowingly flowing by every single day. The clock's hands move relentlessly forward. But are you truly moving with them? Or is time just slipping through your fingers, leaving you feeling stuck? Every morning offers a fresh opportunity, yet how often do we truly seize it? Many wake up only to get lost in trivial notifications, small things that neither fulfill dreams nor change lives. The day ends, night falls, and you're left with the nagging feeling of having achieved nothing significant. That, my friend, is the real pain of wasted time. It's not just idleness, it's investing your precious energy into tasks that have zero impact on your true life goals. Imagine the revolution that could unfold if you directed your focus, your energy, and your time in the right direction. Those dreams you've postponed for years could finally ignite. Those far-off destinations could suddenly feel within reach. In this journey, we are going to uncover how to smash the chains of excuses and face ourselves with brutal honesty. You'll learn how to take the steering wheel of your own life, how tiny habits can forge your destiny, and how to transform fear into your greatest ally. We'll explore the true path to victory through discipline, how to treat every moment as invaluable capital, and how shifting your mindset can literally shift your entire world. Most importantly, you'll discover how to sculpt your life, turning every ending into a powerful new beginning. This isn't just a book, it's a blueprint, a roadmap to changing your life. Every word here is designed to inspire you to think, to feel, and to take immediate, decisive action. So are you ready? Ready to master your time, eliminate excuses, and step closer to your dreams? Every single day, how long will you keep running from yourself? How long will you blame the world for every mistake? How long will you keep telling yourself the same old stories? I didn't have time. Circumstances were against me. Every time you fall behind or fail at something, your mind immediately crafts a comforting narrative to shield your heart from pain. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't get time today. People didn't support me. But the truth, though quiet, is painfully simple. You didn't truly try. Here's the most dangerous thing about excuses. They lull us into a false sense of comfort. A comfort where we believe we are innocent, and the world is always to blame. This insidious thought slowly drains your strength from within. Every excuse is a small burden on your soul, whispering, "You can't do it." And every time you accept that excuse, the warrior within you falls a little deeper asleep. Just think, when you blame someone else, what are you really doing? You are handing over your power. The moment you place your hand on your chest and say, "Yes, it was my mistake, but now I will fix it." That moment, though painful, is also your most powerful. Because in that very instant, you become your own master. You might not remember, but as a child, learning to ride a bicycle, the first time you fell, you didn't blame anyone. Not the road, not the wind, not fate. You just got up. You dusted yourself off and pedaled again. That resilient child is still inside you, buried under thick layers of excuses. That child still wants to get up, wants to try again, wants to feel alive. Just give it a chance. Every morning when you wake up, ask yourself one question. It starts with one small moment. When a person decides to fight their excuses. On that day, nothing grand happens externally, but internally, a revolution begins. People say, "I don't have time." The truth is, "I don't have the intention." They say, "I didn't get an opportunity." The truth is, "I didn't show courage." They claim, "Everyone surpassed me." The truth is, "I fell behind myself." Excuses are walls that we ourselves have built. But if we built them, we can absolutely break them. If you're listening to this today, understand this. Life is giving you a signal. Stop waiting now. Your first step doesn't have to be a giant leap. All you need is one less excuse, one more attempt. That's enough to start. Perhaps until yesterday, you said, "I don't have time." Today, just change that to, "I will make time." Just this one line, and your story begins to transform. Remember, the world's tallest wall also starts with a single brick, and life's biggest victory begins with a single, honest decision. So let's decide today. No more excuses, no more fear, only effort and honesty, because every meaningful change begins right here, by facing yourself with uncompromising honesty. Chapter 2. Take responsibility. Be the driver of your life. Have you ever truly felt it? Life is exactly like a road. Sometimes it's straight, sometimes winding. Smooth one moment, full of potholes the next. But the biggest question isn't what the road is like. It's whose hands are on the steering wheel. All too often, we hand over the steering wheel of our lives to someone else. Sometimes to circumstances, sometimes to relationships, sometimes to fate itself. And then, when we inevitably end up at the wrong destination, we throw up our hands and say, "I don't know where I went wrong." But the mistake wasn't in the path. The mistake was that the steering wheel wasn't in your hands. Most people who feel lost in life didn't wander off because the path was inherently wrong. It's because they stopped driving altogether. Every decision, every direction was decided by someone else. Mom said, "Do this." Friends said, "Let's go there." What will people say? And then those people disappear. Only you are left on a path that was never truly yours. Listen carefully. The truth is, as long as you give the steering wheel to someone else, the destination will always be theirs. You will remain just a passenger in your own life. Sometimes, taking responsibility feels incredibly heavy. Yes, you heard right. It is heavy. But power is hidden within that very burden. The day you firmly declare, "Now, the full responsibility for my life is mine." That very day, people often mistake freedom for living without rules. But true freedom is when your decisions, your mistakes, and your victories are all unequivocally yours. Remember this critical point. Only when you admit your mistakes do you become the king of your own life. Because the person who gives up excuses and takes responsibility is not feared by the world, but deeply respected. Let me give you a quick example. Once, a man always arrived late for work, every single day. He had a different excuse. There was traffic. I missed the bus. The alarm didn't go off. One day, his boss said nothing. He simply asked, "If all this didn't happen because of you, then whose control is your life under?" That question sank deep into his heart. After that day, he blamed no one. He started coming on time. You see, it's easy to say, "My circumstances are bad." But it's far more challenging to believe, "I can make them better." And the person who believes this never stops. Taking responsibility feels daunting because it means that if something doesn't happen now, there will be no one else to blame. But that's the magic. When there's no one to blame, there are no excuses either. Only you remain, and your decisions. Life is a road. Storms will come. Night will fall. Now I will drive my own car. At first you'll feel scared. You might even take a few wrong turns. But gradually, you'll begin to understand that every mistake is drawing a new map. Every stumble is teaching you how to drive. And every morning is reminding you that the real joy of any journey is when the steering wheel is firmly in your hands. So let's make a decision today. We will no longer blame anyone. We will no longer run from circumstances. We will no longer ride in someone else's car. Now we will take our own car, our own direction, and our own destination into our own hands. Because as long as the steering wheel is not in your hands, the destination will belong to someone else. But the day you take hold of that steering wheel will be the true first day of your life. Chapter 3: Habits. The architects of your destiny. Every small habit draws the map of your future. The first ray of morning peeks through the window. The clock's hand rests at 6. The room is quiet. But in that silence, a profound question echoes. Is today just another old day, or is today something new? You see, life doesn't change with one monumental decision. It changes with the relentless repetition of small decisions. Every morning's choice, every night's thought, every casual "let's do it tomorrow." All these together weave the tapestry of your future. People often lament, "I don't know why I'm still stuck in the same place." But the truth is, you're there because your habits are there. Habits are the invisible bricks that build your tomorrow. Every small habit, whether it's how you wake up in the morning or your knee-jerk reaction to a challenge, slowly, silently, draws the map of your destiny. What you do every day is what you ultimately become. Successful people don't win because they possess some magic formula. They win because they have diligently chosen and cultivated the right habits. Think about it. If you become just 1% better every single day, in a year, you'll be an astonishing 37 times better. And conversely, if you slack off by just 1% every day, by the end of that same year, you won't even recognize yourself. Habits form slowly and sculpt your future just as silently. At first, they seem trivial. What difference will one day of not doing it make? But life isn't a one-day story. It's a relentless repetition of every single day. Have you ever noticed? Your body, your thoughts, your self-confidence, all of these are direct mirrors of your habits. If you complain every day, your mind will become an expert at complaining. If you work hard every day, your mind will a winner's habits propel them forward even when they don't feel like it, even when motivation wanes. Habits are like it might seem insignificant, but these small actions help your mind create a new, positive structure, providing instant gratification, but later regret. The other is difficult, feeling heavy at first, but offering profound peace and progress in the end. The only difference is that ordinary people consistently choose the first path, and winners consistently choose the second. Every day, you hold a brush in your hand, and your habits fill that brush with color. Just think, are you painting black on the wall of your future? Or are you drawing lines of light, hope, and success? So, let's make a small vow today. We will no longer let our habits drift aimlessly. We will deliberately turn them in our favor. Every morning, every night, we will awaken the architect within ourselves. Because the future is not built by a prophet. It is built by your small daily choices. And remember, every small habit draws the map of your future. Now, that map shouldn't belong to anyone else. It should be exclusively yours. Chapter 4. Befriend fear. That's where the power lies. The real door opens where you feel fear. The night was deep, silence all around. Only the sound of a heartbeat was audible, a little fast, a little unfamiliar. Fear always arrives like this, quiet, yet shaking you from within. Fear is a word that resonates somewhere in every human being. Some fear failure. Some fear looking defeated. Some fear losing a loved one. But do you know what the greatest fear is? The fear of recognizing your true, boundless power. Because if you truly become who you can be, your whole life will transform. And change, no matter how beautiful, always carries a hint of fear. Have you ever stopped to wonder why fear feels this way? Because it pulls us violently out of our comfort zone. It shoves us into an unfamiliar territory where there is no control, where anything can happen. And what humans fear most is precisely that which they cannot control. But just think, are the most beautiful, life-changing things ever truly in our control? No. First love, first taste of success, first flight, all began at the very edge of fear. Fear isn't inherently bad. It's simply a signal, a profound signpost showing you the way, whispering, "This is what you truly need." But what do? We run from fear. We rationalize, "It's not the right time," or "I'm not ready yet." And in that flight, we lose our biggest opportunities. Fear is not something to run from. It's something to deeply understand. Because behind every fear, there's a truth hidden, waiting patiently to propel you forward. They would never learn the joy of cycling. If an artist is too afraid to step onto the stage, they will never hear the thunderous applause they deserve. If you don't even try because of your fear, life will stand before you, but you won't even reach its inviting door. Every single time you feel fear, instead of running, pause and ask yourself, what has this fear come to teach me? Perhaps it has come to teach you to be stronger, or perhaps to tell you that the very path you are about to step on is precisely where your true growth lies. Have you ever noticed? Fear is the greatest guardian of dreams. It's like a formidable guard standing outside the door of your purpose, saying, "If you truly want this, you must first pass through me." Don't try to erase fear. Understand it. Because fear exists where possibilities exist. If you feel no fear at all about something, perhaps that thing isn't truly vital for your growth. Think back. Any significant, life-altering change in your life was almost certainly preceded by fear. Your first job, a new relationship, a big decision, your heart raced every time. But you took the step, and life changed. This is the profound truth about fear. It is a door that looks terrifying from the outside, but when you bravely open it, there is always light and opportunity inside. You see, a brave person is one who takes a powerful step despite the fear. Because everyone feels fear, but what truly matters is who learns to dance with that fear. Don't make fear your enemy, make it your teacher. It shows you your weaknesses, so you can diligently turn them into strengths. It tells you where work is still needed, where improvement is required. And when you recognize fear for what it is, it starts working for you, not against you. Try it sometime. Look at the thing you fear most, just one step closer. You will often find it's not nearly as big or as menacing as your mind makes it out to be. Fear is always bigger in imagination, not in reality. Every day, when you confront a fear, a wall within you crumbles, and every fallen wall brings you closer to the person you truly want to become. So if today you are afraid of something, understand that life is calling you. It's saying, "Come here." Your next level, your next evolution is hidden right here. Now is not the time to run from fear, but to embrace it. Because where you feel fear, that's precisely where the real door opens. Perhaps beyond it stands the person you dreamed of becoming since childhood. Perhaps that is your truth. Perhaps That is your next self. And when you finally open that door, you will understand that fear was never your enemy. It just came to awaken you. Fear is where the path is hidden. Don't run. Look. Because every time you face fear, life makes you a little more yourself, a little more powerful. Chapter 5. Discipline, the weapon that conquers all. Have you ever truly wondered why some people fulfill their grandest dreams while others just keep talking about them? The difference isn't in inherent talent or sheer luck. The difference, my friend, is in discipline. It's those who do what's necessary every single day, even when they don't feel like it, even when the weather is miserable, even if no one is applauding. They just keep doing it. This, precisely, is discipline. And this is the ultimate weapon that conquers every excuse, every fear, and every whisper of laziness. There once was a bright young boy named Raghav. He was sharp in everything he did, and he harbored big, ambitious dreams. He used to confidently declare, "One day, I will become a very successful man." But every time he started something, he'd stop after a few days. Sometimes he'd get tired, sometimes bored, sometimes he'd just say he wasn't in the mood. Years passed, and his dreams slowly faded into the background. One day, he met an old friend who was now a wildly successful entrepreneur. Raghav, bewildered, asked, "Dude, how did you do it? You were just like me." His friend smiled gently and said, "The only difference was, Raghav, you kept waiting for the right mood, and I just kept working every single day, whether I was in the mood or not." This, my friend, is the subtle yet profound magic of discipline. You see, dreaming is easy. Everyone wants to be fit, to be rich, to find peace. But waking up at 5 o'clock a.m. every single day, jogging relentlessly, repeating the same boring tasks with dedication, that's the hard part. Discipline isn't a talent you're born with. It's a muscle. Every single time you use it, it gets stronger, more resilient. Just think, the alarm rings in the morning. You have two stark options. One, hit snooze and sink back into the warm embrace of sleep. Two, immediately get up, no matter how sweet your slumber feels. The first path is easy. The second is difficult. But the second path is the one that irrevocably changes your destiny. Every small victory, every single time you conquer your mind and resist the urge to quit, your self-confidence grows. Your character is forged. Discipline means I will do what is necessary, whether I feel like it or not. That's why truly successful people stand out, because they prioritize unwavering consistency over fleeting emotions. They deeply understand that feelings are temporary, but results are absolutely permanent. Look at any elite athlete. They practice every day, whether it's freezing cold, pouring rain, or they're nursing an injury, because they know that on match day, victory will belong to the one who prepared relentlessly every single day. Discipline is far greater than mere motivation. Motivation comes and goes, a fickle companion. But discipline stays, a steadfast ally. Now the crucial question is, How do we cultivate this potent force called discipline? First, start small. Just decide that every day you will read something good for 10 minutes, or do 10 push-ups, or walk distraction-free for just 1 hour. Small steps, but daily, unwavering ones. These small steps, taken consistently, together build your new, empowered future. Second, make an unbreakable promise to yourself. I will not stop until the work is done. Don't even consider your mood or the season. Third, include both rewards and accountability. Track your progress. Applaud yourself for every small improvement. But crucially, don't forgive yourself if you break a promise you made to yourself. Remember, discipline isn't harsh. It's a profound act of self-respect. Every time you keep your promises to yourself, you prove to yourself that you are trustworthy, that you are capable. And this unwavering trust gives you the immense strength to conquer your world. Remember one small yet vital thing. There are only two pains in the world: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. The pain of discipline lasts for a short while, a temporary discomfort. But the pain of regret, that lasts a lifetime. When you consciously choose discipline, you choose the path that is difficult. Yes, but that precisely is where your true growth, your real power is hidden. So now, ask yourself honestly, am I doing something every day that brings me closer to my dreams? Or am I just thinking, I'll start tomorrow? Because the stark truth is, tomorrow never truly comes. Today is the day when discipline begins. Today is the day when you conquer your laziness, your procrastination. Gently tell yourself, nothing can stop me if I conquer myself every single, not mood, but mission, not comfort, but relentless discipline. Because this is the weapon that will make you different from everyone else, that will bring you victory over every excuse, every fear, every laziness. And the day you gain absolute control over yourself, nothing in the world will be able to stop you. Smile gently and tell yourself, I am discipline. I am the architect of my destiny. This, my friend, is where the real game begins. A high game. Respect time. Has anyone ever asked you how much money you have? Perhaps you would have confidently stated, this much in the bank, this much in business. But if I ask how much time you have, you might pause, because no one truly knows how many days they have left. Yet this, my friend, is your greatest wealth: time. A person can lose money and with effort earn it again. But once time is lost, no one, absolutely no one, can ever bring it back. Every second that has passed will never, ever return. We all habitually say there's no time. But the profound truth is, everyone has the exact same amount of time. 24 hours for every rich person and every poor person. The only difference is that some spend it and others wisely invest it. Listen to this small story. There was an old clockmaker named Diaram. Every day he would wake up promptly at 6 a.m., sit in his small workshop, and meticulously repair clock hands. People would often say, "Hey, you're old now, get some rest." Diaram would simply smile and say, "Time is my friend. As long as I respect it, it respects me." He didn't have vast sums of money, but he had a name, an identity, and profound peace in his heart. He once told his disciple, "The tick-tock of a clock isn't just a sound. It's a constant reminder that life is moving. If you keep wasting it needlessly, one day you'll have everything, but ironically, no time left to enjoy it." Just think about this. We routinely spend 3 to 4 hours a day on social media, Netflix, short reels, and idle gossip. And then we have the audacity to say, "I want to do something big." But something big only happens when you give deliberate direction to every precious moment. Time is your capital. If you invest it wisely, it makes you incredibly rich, not just in money, but in experiences and fulfillment. If you waste it, it leaves you empty-handed and full of regret. You see, life is like a bank account. Every morning, you get 86,400 seconds, as if someone deposits money into your account daily. And at the end of the day, what you haven't used simply disappears forever. So, the question isn't how much time you have. The real question is, what are you doing with it? Sometimes, people proudly declare, "Man, I'm so busy." But being busy doesn't automatically mean being productive. Many people work frantically all day, but achieve absolutely nothing of significance. Respecting time means doing the right at the right time, not getting entangled in everything that demands your attention. The students confidently said, "Yes." Then he poured in small pebbles, which filled the spaces between the large stones. He asked again, "Now, is it full?" The students, a little wiser, said, "Now, it's full." Then he poured in sand, which went into every tiny corner. Finally, he explained, "Life is exactly like this jar. If you get entangled in small, sand-like things first, there will never be room for the large stones, the truly essential tasks and goals." Respecting time means profoundly understanding your priorities. Not everything is necessary. Not every task is equally important. Some things need to be done immediately, yes. But some things, though not immediately visible, will fundamentally change your life in the long run. Like learning a new skill, consistently reading a transformative book, or diligently building your health. Now, take one critical thing to heart. Whoever manages time truly manages life, because time is the one invaluable thing no one can ever take from you. except yourself. So how do you practically respect this incredible gift called time? 1. Plan. Every morning, take just 10 minutes. Write down your day. What is truly necessary to do? And what are you doing just out of ingrained habit or external pressure? 2. Learn to say no. Don't try to please everyone. Every yes you say to someone else is a powerful no to your own dreams and aspirations. 3. Ruthlessly remove distractions. Phone notifications, idle chatter, endless scrolling. These are all insidious thieves of your precious time. Identify them and decisively close the door. 4. Give purpose to every hour. Before you start an activity, pause and think, is what I'm doing right now taking me closer to my dreams? If the answer is no, then that time is going in the wrong, unproductive direction. Remember, respecting time isn't just for work. It's profoundly for rest and your relationships too. Because those who intentionally make time for their loved ones are truly rich in life. Balancing work and life is also a vital part of respecting time. Never fall into the trap of thinking, I don't have time. The truth is, you do have time. You just lack intentional focus. Where your focus goes, time flows. And where time goes, your future will be built, brick by precious brick. So, from today, give utmost importance to every hour. Give profound meaning to every moment. Because tomorrow, when you look back, you'll wish you had invested just a little more time in the right, purposeful places. Gently look at your watch. Every tick-tock is whispering, I am leaving, but I will leave something invaluable in your hands if you understand me. Time is not an enemy. It is your greatest investor. Just direct it in the right, powerful direction. So, let's decide today. Now, time is not to be merely passed, but to be sculpted, to be leveraged. Every hour is to be transformed into the future you envision. Because this is your true, non-renewable capital, time. And those who respect it surpass any wealth, any fleeting success. Gently tell yourself, every moment of mine matters. I am the master of my time, and I will make. Have you ever noticed that when we wake up with a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong all day? People seem irritable, tasks go awry, as if the whole world is conspiring against us. But when our mind is happy, the very same road, the very same people, the same office suddenly seems so easy, so manageable. That's because it wasn't the world that changed. It was your mindset. This is the real magic. The external world remains essentially the same, but what changes is the angle of your perspective. And the day your mindset fundamentally changes, that very day, your destiny also takes a decisive turn. Listen to a short, poignant story. A blind boy sat by the roadside with a sign that simply read, I am blind, please help. People would come, drop a few coins, and move on. One day, a man stopped there. He picked up the sign and, with a few strokes, rewrote something. A little while later, the crowd around the boy started growing exponentially. People began giving much more money. Curious, the boy asked, "Sir, what exactly did you write?" The man smiled and simply said, "I just wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.'" The physical sign was the same, but the words fundamentally changed the perspective of those who read it. And that changed the results. You see, everyone in life encounters difficulties, opportunities, and unique circumstances. But the crucial difference lies in who sees them as insurmountable obstacles and who masterfully turns them into powerful stepping stones. Someone once profoundly said, "When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." Look at a person who always complains, "I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have opportunities." And then look at someone who achieves something truly great under the exact same circumstances. What's the difference? One's mindset is, "I have nothing." The other's mindset is, "I have to start with what I do have." And this foundational mindset determines whether the destination will be reached or not. There was a farmer. Every year he would sow wheat in his field. But year after year, the crop would fail. One day, exhausted and disheartened, he sighed, "Perhaps my luck is simply bad." An old, wise man from the village calmly said, "Not luck, son. Change the seed." The farmer, listening to the advice, changed the seeds, and that year the crop grew lush and abundantly green. You see, sometimes you don't need to change your entire life. You just need to change the seed of your thoughts. Perhaps someone once taunted you, saying you can't do it, and you might have, sadly, believed them. But remember, if you keep doubting yourself, the world won't trust you either. Think about when Thomas Edison was creating the light bulb. He famously failed 1,000 times. People laughed and urged him to give up. But his unwavering mindset was, "I didn't fail. I just learned 999 ways how not to make it." This, my friend, is the defining difference between those who lose and those who win. Their perspective. Now, the vital question is, how do you actively change your mindset? 1. Stop complaining. Every time you say, "Why me?" you hand over your power to someone else. Start saying, "What can I do now?" That's where your power truly resides. 2. Embrace gratitude. Every single day, write down 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. Slowly, your mind will begin to see abundance, not scarcity. 3. Change your words, because words profoundly create thoughts. Instead of "I have to do this," say "I have an opportunity to do this." Instead of "This is difficult," say "This is a challenge I can overcome." Gradually, your mind will adapt and empower you accordingly. Remember, life doesn't always go the way you want it to. It goes the way you think it will. If you always think with fear, doubt, lack, and anger, your world will inevitably become just that. But if you think with unwavering hope, consistent effort, and genuine courage, the world will eventually bend to your resolute will. See, no one's life is perfect. Everyone experiences pain, betrayal, and hardship. But from those challenging moments, two distinct paths emerge. One to break down and surrender, the other to learn and become stronger. The one who thinks, bad things happen to me, stops right there, trapped in victimhood. The one who thinks, I need to learn from this experience, moves powerfully forward, transformed. There was a time when people declared walking on water was impossible. Then boats were ingeniously made. They said flying was impossible. Then airplanes were miraculously invented. They said going beyond Earth was pure madness. Then humans boldly went to the moon. Every great, groundbreaking thing first began with someone's audacious thought. So, if you can consciously change your thoughts, the entire map of your life, your career, and your relationships will fundamentally change. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, is my current thinking moving me forward or subtly holding me back? Because often, a prison is not made of physical walls. It's made of limiting thoughts, and the crucial key to that prison is in your own head. If you look for light, you will unfailingly find it. If you look for darkness, that will inevitably grow. Your thoughts create your reality. So think wisely, because that is what is actively shaping your entire future. So from today, elevate your thinking a little. Learn to see the good, the lesson in everything. See a valuable lesson in every mistake. Find a powerful opportunity in every challenge. Because the day your perspective changes, that very day your destiny will change too. Gently close your eyes and tell yourself, I don't change circumstances. I change my perspective, and that is my true, unshakable strength. Chapter 8. Not people, not circumstances. The key to life is in your hands. Stop complaining, take command. Have you ever truly noticed? Most of us, when faced with setbacks or failures, automatically point fingers. I never got a fair chance. Luck just wasn't on my side. These statements sound incredibly convincing because they offer us a comforting shield. It's not my fault. But to be brutally honest, these are the very sentences that subtly imprison a person. Slowly, you become a prisoner of your own life, where you yourself set the locks, and then, ironically, blame others for the door being closed. You see, there are two distinct kinds of people in this world. One kind constantly looks for reasons why something didn't happen. The other looks for ways how it can happen. The former finds temporary comfort in complaints. The latter finds profound freedom in taking full responsibility. When you hand over the reins of your life to someone else, remember this crucial fact. They will make decisions for you according to their agenda, their priorities. They will dictate, do this, don't do that. And slowly, your true I starts to diminish, to fade away. But the day you forcefully take that steering wheel back into your own hands, that day becomes the true date of your rebirth. Listen to a quick, relevant example. There was a man named Ravi. Every time he was asked why he wasn't moving forward in life, he would sigh. "Brother, my family was poor, so I couldn't study beyond school." Sometimes he'd lament, "My boss wasn't good, so I never got a promotion." Sometimes he'd just say, "Times are really bad for me." Then one day, he met an old friend who had grown up in the exact same neighborhood, attended the same basic school, and faced the exact same challenging circumstances. But now, this friend was successfully running his own thriving business. Ravi was utterly surprised. "How did you get so far ahead, man? Your circumstances were just like mine." The friend smiled wisely and said, "I just decided one day that I would no longer blame anyone. Not time, not circumstances, not people. I am fully responsible for my troubles, and just as fully responsible for my dreams." That day proved to be a life-changing turning point for Ravi. This precisely is the stark difference between complainers and true achievers. The former constantly wonder, who is wrong? The latter simply think, what can be done right now to make things right? Now, ask yourself a deeply honest question. Do you truly have the remote control to your life? Or is it unknowingly in someone else's hands? Does someone else's words, their attitude, or their decisions determine your mood, your outlook, your trajectory? If yes, it unequivocally means you've handed over your key to someone else. And just think, the day you take your key back, no one will be able to truly stop you. Remember this powerful truth. Circumstances are there to test you, not to stop you. Every truly successful person in the world has won the battle, not against external circumstances, but against their own internal limitations and excuses. Thomas Edison didn't have light in his own home, but he gifted light to the entire world. Abdul Kalam didn't have money, but he made the whole country rich with his inspiring dreams. They didn't sit around lamenting, "I didn't get an opportunity." They actively created their own opportunities, forged their own paths. So the question is not what the circumstances are. The question is, what is your attitude towards them? If there's an unshakable passion burning inside, difficulties transform into powerful stepping stones. If there's fear inside, those very same stepping stones become insurmountable walls. Try this powerful experiment in your mind. Whenever a problem arises, say directly and firmly, "I will find a solution." This very thought, this conscious declaration will slowly but surely separate you from the crowd that simply laments, "Why did this happen to me?" Every time you take command, your self-confidence grows a little stronger, a little more resilient. You start transforming into the person who can be truly relied upon by yourself and by others. Remember, complaints drain your energy. They keep you in the delusion that you can't do anything, whereas the profound reality is, you can do everything you set your mind to. All it takes is one decisive step. No more. I will not blame anyone now. I will write my own story. Sometimes in life, we inevitably meet people who talk behind our backs, criticize our decisions, or doubt our hard work. In such situations, you can choose two paths. Either waste your precious energy responding to them, trying to justify yourself, or quietly move so far ahead, achieve so much, that one day those very people will be forced to applaud you. The brilliant Viktor Frankl once said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." And that, my friend, is the real power, the inherent power of attitude. Whether storms rage or circumstances worsen, if your mindset is right, no storm can truly shake you to your core. This is the ultimate difference between a driver and a passenger. A driver determines the road. A passenger just endures the journey. Now the decision is undeniably yours. Do you want to merely endure the journey or powerfully determine your own destination? Sometimes, just one simple line is enough to completely change the direction of your life. I will write my own story. This very line has the power to transform an average person into a truly great one. So, from today, stop complaining. Take back command. Break the invisible locks. Take back your key. Because the car of life is undeniably yours. Now, you be the driver. Chapter 9. Not failure, but learning. A lesson is hidden in every fall. Just think how many of us take every small setback so incredibly seriously that we immediately brand ourselves as utter failures. I tried and I failed. Now I can't do it. My effort was wasted. I lost everything. And then what tragically happens? People blame themselves, waste invaluable time wallowing, and lose the courage to even try again. But this, my friend, is precisely where the real difference is made between those who succeed and those who stagnate. Falling, in its truest sense, falling gives us an invaluable opportunity to learn, to adapt, to grow. It tells us with brutal honesty in which direction we can profoundly improve. Think of a powerful example. Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, faced countless defeats in the game. Many times he felt utterly disappointed. But he didn't see defeat as failure, but as a critical lesson. Every time he fell, he got up, analyzed, and became better, stronger, more refined. Today, his name is synonymous with basketball excellence. If he had stopped due to fear of losing, history would not know him today. This profound truth holds just as true for our own lives. When you embark on something new, or strive to achieve a big, ambitious goal, it's almost certain, almost guaranteed that you will encounter failure somewhere along the way. Because doing something new inherently means taking risks, and taking risks inevitably means the possibility of falling. But falling is absolutely necessary, because that, my friend, is your real, unfiltered learning ground. Now, just think, when you fall, two distinct paths immediately emerge. The first path is to give up. I can't do it. This isn't for me. It's no use. This path seems incredibly easy, seductively comforting. But remember, the easy path stops you dead in your tracks, precisely where you are. The second path is to learn. Why did I lose this time? How can I do better next time? What critical changes should I make? This path seems difficult, demanding, but this path, precisely, is what makes you stronger, wiser, more resilient. Remember those moments in your life when you felt like everything was over. Perhaps you lost a job, a project spectacularly failed, or you experienced betrayal in a relationship. Initially, it felt like the world had utterly ended. But years later, you looked back and saw that those very same devastating events gave you a completely new perspective. You learned which decisions are truly better, which people are genuinely right for you, which habits will genuinely propel you forward. Getting up after falling is the profound, beautiful process of becoming human. And a very important point. When we fall, fear and shame often come with it. The nagging voices. What will people think? Why did this happen to me? I am a failure. Remember, other people are not living your story. Those who laugh at your failure will never truly understand the immense value of your dreams. Only those who have walked a difficult, challenging path themselves will truly understand. So after falling, don't run from shame or fear, but recognize the incredible, unyielding strength within you. Because that strength precisely will lift you up again. It's not easy to get up after falling. At first, you feel hurt, bruised. Your heart is heavy, weighed down. But every single time you get up, your self-confidence increases bit by bit. You learn that pain is temporary, fleeting, but the lesson, the wisdom gained, is permanent. Remember, behind every truly successful person are many hidden defeats, many quiet stumbles, but they used their defeats not against themselves, but for themselves as fuel for growth. Let's understand this with another powerful example. A startup failed. Everyone, from friends to family, said you can't do it, give up. But the founder didn't let the defeat overpower him. He meticulously looked at where the mistakes were made. There was a market gap, a team deficiency, wrong timing. Then, taking those invaluable lessons, he started a completely new business, armed with hard-won wisdom. Today, that same startup is worth millions. Failure, instead of stopping him, taught him, empowered him. And this, my friend, is the vital art that every human can and must learn. So now, ask yourself, when you made a mistake last time, did you merely blame yourself, or did you learn from that mistake? Remember, the person who truly wins is the one who learns from every setback, every stumble, and courageously moves forward. Falling means you dared to try something new. Trying something new means you are actively growing. And growing is the true bedrock foundation of all success. Sometimes, defeat simply shows us that we were on the wrong path. And this, surprisingly, is the greatest, most invaluable lesson. Because when you choose the right path, every subsequent step takes you closer to your ultimate destination. Remember, don't fear defeat. Don't every stumble teaches you where your strategy is weak, where your preparation was incomplete, where your patience was lacking, and how truly strong your self-confidence is. So next time you fail, don't cry, don't blame, don't pay attention to the outside world's judgment. And this invaluable learning prepares you, sharpens you for the next, more successful step. The real question is, will you see only pain in every setback? Or will you recognize the hidden, transformative lesson in that pain? Those who learn grow. Those who fear stop right there. So make a profound commitment today. I will fall, I will rise, but rising, learning, and progressing is your inherent right, your ultimate power. And what you learn after rising will become your true, unshakable strength. So embrace every setback, welcome every stumble, because these very stumbles make you a true, resilient person and a real winner. Now, the only question is, will you see only pain in every defeat? Or will that defeat gift you a powerful lesson and illuminate your incredible future? Chapter 10. Not an end, but a beginning. The story of shaping your new self. True life, the life you're meant to live, truly begins when excuses finally end. Just think, how many of us remain trapped in the endless cycle of excuses like, "I'll start my life tomorrow," or "Let me prepare a little more first. It's not my time." And such insidious excuses keep us away from our real, vibrant life for days, months, and even years. We constantly think, tomorrow will be the right day. Tomorrow, the perfect time will magically arrive. But the brutal truth is, the right time never comes from outside. The right time comes only when you consciously drop your excuses and just begin. Remember, every truly great story begins with one small, courageous step. Every person who fundamentally changed their life didn't waste time just thinking or meticulously crafting excuses. In this very moment, today, they told themselves, "Now I am ready to live my dreams." Just think, if you start today, right now, in just a few months, your entire perspective, your ingrained habits, and your daily routine can be utterly transformed. But if you continue to wait, the same old life will, unfortunately, remain your constant companion. When excuses finally end, the first powerful thing that happens is an overwhelming sense of control. You become the undisputed driver of your life. No one else dictates your decisions. You wake up, you intentionally start your day and determine every single step by your own conscious decision. Remember, excuses are thieves that steal your power. And when excuses end, that power rushes back to you. The absolute command of your life firmly comes into your own hands. Now, truly think of that moment when you bravely bid farewell to your excuses. You get up, resolute, and declare, "Now I will not run after excuses. Now I will relentlessly go after my dreams." There is a slight stir within you. A surge of new energy arrives. Your mind fills with an unfamiliar, powerful enthusiasm. Because now you are not just thinking. Every new day, every new step, every new action pulls you decisively out of old fears and limitations. You can consciously forge your habits. You can fundamentally change your mindset. You can create an entirely new, vibrant map for your incredible life. Imagine if you wasted precious time on excuses last year. Then next year, you intentionally invest that same amount of time, that same energy, into focused action. Your life will completely, astonishingly change. The biggest weapon of change is the step you take today. Every big, transformative change comes from a consistent series of small, deliberate steps. If you take one small, purposeful step towards your goal every single day, in 30 days, you will have taken 30 small but strong foundational steps. These small, consistent steps, one by one, build your grand, inspiring story. When you bravely abandon excuses, you don't just gain a new day, you gain a brand new identity. You become the person you always deep down wanted to be. Those who constantly make excuses lose time, lose opportunity. But those who decisively drop excuses become true masters of time, masters of their fate. It's not easy to drop excuses. The mind will repeatedly whisper, "Let me do it a little later, tomorrow." But if you just start, all the universal energy comes to your side, supporting your efforts. An excuse is just a mental bondage, a self-imposed prison. And when you break it, a new, powerful person awakens within you. Think like that person who doesn't make excuses. They wake up, they plan, they relentlessly move towards their goals. Every day is a new victory for them. Every day their self-confidence grows, their resolve strengthens. Every day they get closer to their cherished dreams. True life begins when excuses end. There was a young writer. He always said, "I want to write, but I'm waiting for the right time, for inspiration to strike." For years, he made excuses. He had brilliant ideas, copious notes, but no action. Then one day, he simply said, "Now I will just write." He wrote small pages, imperfectly. Slowly, those pages became a complete book. And today, his book has reached millions of people, transforming lives. This is the profound power of the end of excuses. When you take that first, brave step, the path to the future miraculously opens before you. Now, ask yourself, what specific excuse are you making today? Are you ready, truly ready, to put an end to it? Ending excuses is not just one step. It is a powerful signal to completely change your life. It is the definitive turning point from where you awaken your full, incredible potential. from where dreams stop being dreams and start becoming your tangible reality. Today, sit for just 5 minutes. Make a raw, honest list of all your excuses. Then ask yourself, is this excuse truly holding me back? Cross out every single excuse on that list and with conviction, write, I will no longer make excuses. I will take action. I will learn. I will move forward. This is the first step, and the first step is always the most difficult, and ironically, the most powerful. The real story of your life never truly ends. Every ending is simply a powerful, exciting new beginning. When you leave excuses behind, when you finally start, you give magnificent birth to your new, authentic self. Your life now becomes not just busy, but deeply purposeful. Every day is a new chapter waiting to be written. Every step, every challenge leads you to new opportunities and invaluable learnings. So end the excuses. Take decisive. If you are ready, now there is only one question. Will you say goodbye to excuses and bravely write the story of your new life yourself? So, the choice is yours. Will you keep waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives? Or will you choose today to become the master of your time, your habits, and your destiny? Remember, the greatest life is not found by chance, but created by choice. Make yours a powerful one.